Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I did a DoorDash, um, just one order. Well, it was two places I picked up from. I dropped them off at two different houses. I ended up in Waxhaw, North Carolina, Waxhaw, Marvin, North Carolina, which is on the other side of where we're from, and it is so beautiful. And I got super emotional, and I needed to vent a little bit. So, diary entry today. I didn't film any of my door dashing. I usually don't when it's just food. I normally just film whenever it's like shopping or whatever. But anyway, I was holding back tears literally, and it's because this neighborhood. I'll insert some video. Because I videoed a little bit, but I didn't. And the house that I dropped off this last crumble cookie delivery to went to the biggest, most beautiful house I've ever seen. And they literally, like, their driveway, when you drive into the driveway, then you go down just a little bit, then there's a bridge, a literal bridge. They have a bridge in their driveway that you have to cross to get to where the house is. It's insane. Like, it was so gorgeous, and I'm thinking to myself, the levels at which the poor and the rich, like, there's no, like, well, I don't know, maybe it's just my situation I'm in. I'm like living with my mom. I'm 43, and then I pull up at a house like this daily dropping off DoorDash deliveries and stuff, and it's so heartbreaking because I'm like, maybe the disadvantages of my birth being, black, for one. My parents were separated, well, divorced when I was 2. So I've lived in a single family home, single mom home my whole life. So, like, and now I'm raising my kids single. So I don't know if it's just a little bit of like history repeating itself, or just being, not having generational wealth. A lot of it was not having the right guidance that I needed. I ain't gonna say guidance, not having the right motivation that I needed coming out of school. My grandfather, let me tell y'all this story. My grandfather, I love him, but God rest his soul, he, as my cousins were born, set up college funds for them to go to college. He went to college, and so as soon as my brother was born, all of my male cousins was born, he started them a college fund. So by the time they graduated high school, they had like $30,000 saved, right? Did he do that for me? No. It's crazy. And this is the funny part. This is the hilarious part. I'm the only one that went to 4-year school. Like, right out the gate. Like, I like to look at it like this. I'm the only girl out of, it's 6 of us. It's 5 boys. My God, what is wrong with me today? It's 5 boys and me, right? So I look at it like 2 separate sets of us, though, because for a long time it was just me, my brother, and my cousin Jay. So it was 3 of us that I call the first set. And then after that, the second wave of kids came, and it was all boys. My twin cousins, and then one other male cousin. They're all 3 of the second wave of kids went to college. All 6 of us went to college, but not like university. I'm the only one out of the first set of grandkids, the first 3 of us, to go to university. My cousin, one of my cousins, he went to barber school, and my brother went to mechanic school. They learned trades, so I mean, it counts as college, but they learned trades. And so I don't know if you call it, I mean, it's still college. It's college. It costs money, so it's still college. But I'm the only one that went off to a 4-year school. And I didn't get that start. I had to get a ton of student loans. They took their money, paid for their trade school, and bought cars. So, you know, you call that fair? I don't know. I would call it not fair, but, you know, whatever. It's like, he set me up. He said, and you know what he told me, guys? He told me, oh, I thought you was going to just do like your mama and your aunts and just get married and go work at the mill. The literal, he said the mill. That's like factory work, I guess. That's what he told me. So that's the life that I was set up for from birth. So, unfortunately, I went to school and I got involved with a guy and I got pregnant. So I didn't finish school right away. I ended up having to come home and switch to technical school and get my nursing degree, which I did. And I finished nursing school and I worked as a nurse for 15 years. It was great. It was lovely. And then I decided after I had all 3 of my kids, never got married. See, this is the problem. I should have gotten married. I should have never just allowed a man to have all of me without giving me anything in return. And I never took I should have been stingy with my body. I should have been stingy with my heart, but I wasn't. I'll be back real quick. Anyway, so I had to run in Food Line to get cash back off my DoorDash card so I can go and give this school yet another $40 for some pink out sweatshirts to wear at the game on Friday. It's always something. Like, I swear I'm getting dollared to death at these sports that my kids play. It's always some kind of payment due for something. And so, anyway, back to what I was saying. So, I won't blame anything that I did in my life on anything else other than the fact that I did not prioritize myself. Like, I really didn't. I maybe partied a little much. I had my son pretty early because I got pregnant in college. So I don't know, I think maybe I felt like I missed out on something. So when he was little and my mama, it was her first grand and she wanted to watch him all the time, and I let her so that I can go hang out with my friends, because I felt like I did have that on campus party life that first year, 2 years that I was at school, but you know, maybe it was short-lived and I felt like I was missing something. I don't know why I made the decisions that I made, but when I was out partying, I should have been saving to buy a house. And instead of just stopping where I stopped with my nursing degree, maybe I should have went on and got my bachelor's in nursing or my master's in nursing so that I could make more money. But what I did was, once I had all 3 of my kids, I decided I was going to go back to school to get my business degree, because I wasn't satisfied with nursing. I didn't want to do that anymore because I never wanted to be a nurse. I only did nursing because I got pregnant in school and that was the quickest thing that I could get, because I had a baby coming. So I was like, bro, I got to make money. Quickest thing I can do was that. So I was like, let me go back to my original plan. Got my kids now. I was making good money, had a nice house. So I went back to school. So I went to USC, got my business degree. Everything was wonderful. And then things just started going downhill from there. I don't know, I got sick and had to have a pretty extensive surgery, so I had to be out of work. So I decided I was going, the house I was renting, I let it go. So I went to stay with my mama, you know, until I got better. And it's just like, I never got back out. If I'm being honest, I never got back out. When my grandfather died, he left the house to me, but it was a bunch of drama with my cousin. We stayed in that house. After I left my mama's, I stayed in that house for 3 years, from 21 to 24. And it was so much drama, I decided it wasn't worth it. So I've been at my mama's now for a year. So it's like, I should have never left my house in 2015, because I've just never been able to get back out on my own. Like, but in hindsight, you know, they say hindsight is 20/20. I just wish that my parents had like really drilled it into me to go to school and get my degree and make, you know, like that stuff was, I don't know, I guess it was implied, but at the same time, like the way I drill my girls about making sure that they don't make any of the mistakes I made, the way that I drill them about men, the way that I drill them about making sure they get their education first and foremost, everything else will come second. and making sure that they not gonna go to school and get pregnant. Like the way that I keep them in their sports and stuff like that, the way that I go like ham for their education and for their future, I wanted that. I should have had that for me. Not saying that my parents didn't do a good job, because they did a great job. I love my parents. They did a wonderful job. It's just, it was a different time then. It was a lot different times then. Now you have to teach your little ladies to work hard and so that they can stay ahead. Because look, it's people out here discrediting black women just because they black, saying that they don't have the same mental capacity as any other race of women, which is insane. Like, and with that being said, black women have to work twice as hard, and it's not fair, but that's just the world we live in. And then also, like, the way the world is now, with how everything is so expensive, like housing and stuff like that, and went up so much. But you know what's not going up? Hey, it's staying the same. So like, what is going on? Like, I got a raise this year at my job. It was a literal cent. It was like something like 32 cents or something. If it was even that much, I don't know. It's just like, I'm just over all of this. I have so much potential. I have degrees. Like, I could really be making more than I make now at my job. I could leave my job right now and probably go get a job making $50,000-$60,000 a year. But the difference is I need the flexibility that my job allows me to have, to get my daughter back and forth to therapy, to her physical therapy, and to get my other daughter to gymnastics and stuff. So it's like I'm pouring into my kids so their future will be bright. But at the same time, right now, my kids get so depressed every time they think about our living situation. And every time they go spend a night with a friend, oh my God, every time they go spend a night with a friend, because all their friends, we live in a kind of bougie area, so all of their friends live in these big lavish houses, and they got their gigantic rooms, and none of their friends really appreciates what they have. They are always like basically complaining about their home situations. And my kids are like, girl, if I just had this. And then they come home and they have a great time at their friends' houses, and they come home with this depressive attitude because they don't have what their friends have. And it really breaks me down. Like, it really hurts me. And I try to stay positive so that I can manifest positive things in my life, keep a higher vibration, so, you know, all the things. But it's hard to do when your kids coming home disappointed. It makes you feel like a failure. I feel like a failure. I don't want to feel like a failure anymore. I'm really grinding really hard. I'm doing every gig work that I can think of on top of my 40-hour-a-week job. I am writing books and putting them on Amazon KDP, and I'm trying my best to just find any other little way that I can make extra money to help my family. Me and my little girls. My son, he's grown, and he's already expressed to me that when we move out, he ain't going. He said at his age, he's finna graduate college. He said next time I move, he'll be moving into my own apartment. He don't want to, you know, keep, which I get. And he is 22, so I mean, I can't force him to go with me. But at the same time, you know, this is my baby boy too. Even though he's a grown man, he's still mommy's sweet baby boy, you know. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to vent a little bit because y'all my friends. So I be wanting somebody to talk to. I love my friends. I talk to my friends a good bit about stuff like this, but like I said, every time I see them, I don't want to just hit them with the heavy. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just don't want to just keep hitting people with the heavy. You want to be a little lighter or whatever sometimes. So I've been having a lot of fun doing this YouTube thing. I think I'm doing pretty good at it. I'm not getting too many new subscribers, but that'll come. I'm trying to be patient with it too. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm not really doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I have nobody to pour all this on. And the reason why when I first started, like, oh, my YouTube can be a diary, is because my 16-year-old daughter, like, she's usually my confidant. So I tell her a lot. But then she's also she has a very depressive kind of mentality, and she is full of anxiety. So, like, I can't keep pouring these things on her and she don't need to be worried about this. She a kid. She needs to still stay light and be a kid and not have to worry about grown things. And she graduates next year, just the beginning of her 11th grade year. So my goal is before this year over to get my baby a house to live in, so she can have all of the high school experiences that she feel like she's missing out on, not being able to have sleepovers and not being able to have friends over after school and not being able to, you know, drive herself to school and all that kind of stuff that she feel like she's missing out on, that things that I had in school. I drove myself to school every day. Like, I had my car at 15. So I mean, I get it. I had friends over all the time. You know, I get it. So I want to make sure that she don't miss out on all those high school experiences and she get to college and get grown. And you know, I want to make sure that she's fulfilled, that she feels good about her home life experience and look back on her childhood and love it and not be depressed about it. I'm going over speed bumps if y'all. Oh, there goes a Cybertruck. Those cars are so, they look like dishwashers with wheels. But pulling up at my daughter's school. She gets out of practice at 7. It's 7:05. Of course, they ain't came out yet because they're always late coming out. But I got a scratch off when I was in the Food Lion because I had to get cash back and I needed $38. So I got $40 cash back and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go here and get change for this 10. But I was like, well, I just used the extra $2 and buy a scratch off. Maybe I'll win $100. Let's see. We about to see what we won. Drum roll, please. We ain't win nothing. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this money in this envelope, and I'm gonna call my daughter, tell her come out here and get it, because I'm not going in that school. I just don't feel like it today. I really got emotional when I seen the big old houses because I'm trying to figure out. And then they're building more and more houses. I'm like, who in the world can afford to live in these houses? And the crazy part is a lot of people moving to my area, like from like up north where stuff is way more expensive. So they come down here and they'll think that these prices that we're paying are cheap. Well, not in Waxhaw Marvin area. That stuff over there. Those houses are $1 million homes. But yeah, they crowding us out down here, and that's why everything's going up. The more people move down to the south, the higher our cost of living is, the more it goes up. And it's crazy, it's ridiculous, but it's been going on for a long time now. So, you know, whatever. I think I see these kids. Let me call her. All right, y'all, I'll call y'all back tomorrow. Love y'all. Bye.